Okay, so we're going to give them a good soak. Compost's like a sponge, it can absorb a surprising amount of water, so it's worth giving them a good soak at this point. Another top tip is if you're going to start watering, you can have the rows that way, but sometimes that comes out. Quite a savage jet can wash your fine seeds away, so sometimes turning the rows part of the watering can that way just helps. And another tip is to start watering away from your seed tray first. That avoids any big jets of water if the end shoots off, then it doesn't wash everything out of your tray. So we'll just start it away from the seed tray and then just work your way across them. Okay, so that's a pretty good soaking. You can see now the surface is nice and wet. See it's dripping down through the drainage holes, that's fine. So I'm just going to leave it there probably for 20 minutes or so, and I'll either put them back in the greenhouse and take them into the house. One thing it's worth noting is that they do have drainage holes in them, so if you are taking them into the house and you're going to put them on your window ledge, make sure you put them on a tray or something to catch any water that does drain through them. Otherwise you'll get into big trouble. Something I'm guilty of quite frequently in my houses. There is one other form of watering, and you can top water them. You can also bottom water them. Now, I find that a bit of a faff, to be honest with you, but what you can do is take your tray. If you've got a big tub, I don't know, something a bit like one of these big IKEA style plastic tubs, you can fill that with water, and instead of using a watering can to water them, basically just take your seed tray, place it in a tub with, I don't know, maybe an inch of water in the bottom of it or something, and that'll start to absorb the water up the way in through the bottom of the pot. So that makes sure that you've got a good, like I would say, the compost is properly wet through, so there's a good moisture content. However, I find that a bit of a faff and it's not very quick, so I tend to just go with water from above, and that works fine for me. If you give them a good soak to start with, you'll find that'll be pretty sufficient for probably a couple of days, unless you're in a really hot day and it's in a greenhouse, and you want to be checking them every day anyway. You know, that's what most farmers do. They go out, check their crops first thing in the morning, make a list in their head of, you know, observations they've made, pests, diseases, water, weed pressure, what do the plants need that day. You know, that's the kind of mindset that you need to get into. Just keep an eye on them. Are the plants are they droopy? Are they thirsty? You know, those sorts of things. Make a note of those things, and if you check them first thing in the morning, then you know your plants will thank you for it.